Hey guys, Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com coming at you from Berlin, Germany. We're at the Holy Grail Guitar Show, talking to Pete Malinoski. Pete, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well. Kind of catching up on sleep, sort of.
Sort of, right? If you can get it.
Now, Pete, you're based in Maryland, right?
Maryland, yes. East Coast.
Is this your first Holy Grail show, or have you been here every year? 4 years now?
This will be my third year. Yeah.
Cool. So you brought two guitars. Elena is playing them for us. Elena, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Pete, tell us about this instrument. What's it called?
That's my Hobo model, and that's a Hobo number 327, I believe. And it's a poplar body that's been relieved, and there's spaces in there, and with a paper sort of finish on it.
It's like paper mache, huh?
Yeah, kind of decoupaged handmade paper, and there's these ribs. Then you can see there's like airspace in between, so it's really light. And it has a passive piezo under the bridge with a humbucker in the center disc there where Bambi is, and they're slammed together in one circuit so that it has a rather acoustic-y sound to it, a very stringy sound to it.
So is it similar construction on the back with the ribs, or do the ribs go front to back, or are they just on the top?
It's through the whole thing. You can see it's really thin, so the ribs are actually part of the wood. It's been carved away to make the ribs.
So is there a center? Is there a center block going down?
And piece goes down the middle, and then a lot of elimination of a lot of wood around it. And then I wanted to get that rib feel to it.
So the ribs and the centerpiece are all from the same piece of wood.
It's all solid from the same piece of wood.
Oh, wow. So this piece runs to the front. It's not like separate ones on the front and back.
Right. This was the first version of this that I did. With the attempt was to give it that archy feeling, and I didn't pull it off very well on this one, but I also wanted to put the paper surface on it just because I like it.
Have you ever done one that doesn't have any top and you can just see the arch, the ribs so you can see through the body?
Well, I have two that aren't finished at home that you can see through them, but the difference between that one and this one over here is that one, the paper's on it forever. It's not coming off. Whereas the other version, I made it so that you can the skin actually is strapped on. You can actually take them off and replace them, put a different one on if you want to. But in that version, no, that's on there for good. But it's very light. It's probably 5 pounds.
Oh wow!
Less than 5 pounds.
So what are the woods? Is it?
It's got your maple neck with a maple fretboard and then a cherry head. I use a scarf joint. You could spin it around. You can see that I scarf the head on, and I like using domestic American woods for wherever I can. And all my necks are built that way with a scarfed head and a thick fretboard with the big side dots for old guy eyes like mine, and
it's a thicker than usual fretboard too, right?
Yeah, it's about the construction. I mean, the guitars are all about the neck, and my neck's construction is such that it's a substantial piece. It's more like a piece of furniture, and it seems to be more stable and eliminates a lot of dead spots by the mixture of the woods.
So Pete, this is a similar. Is this also a Hobo with just different appointments?
This is a Hobo with the updated construction, whereby there's a center core of wood, and then you have the fiberglass rods to give it more of an arch shape, and then the skin on it is wrapped around the body with it's using rawhide, I believe, there to hold the skin on. But it also has a piezo under the bridge and a humbucker. This one also has a different set of controls. The controls are in a normal place, and the tone pot is a push-pull that you can turn the piezo on or off. And it's a passive piezo. There's no batteries or anything, and it's either in the circuit or it's out of the circuit.
Yeah, I don't know if we got back to the controls on the other one. They were under the pickup housing here. Kind of like on an acoustic, but okay, so cool. Now, just to back up a little bit, you said the ribs are fiberglass on this one instead of wood?
Yeah, this is a different construction where there's the core, center core down the middle, and then the rib parts are actually fiber. It's more like tent making or kite making to get the nice arch shape to it.
Well, and this part, tent?
It's very tent-like, yes.
Okay. Let's hear that, and then maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the woods and stuff after Elena plays a little more. Nice. So Pete, tell us a little bit more how this is different from this one, like the fretboard wood is different, is right?
Well, the whole construction is a little bit different. Yeah, there's different woods for sure in this one. The fretboard is marble wood, which I believe is an African wood. I might be wrong about that. I'm not.
What happened to the American woods, Pete?
Well, it's hard to come up with a dark fretboard that's American because of the density issue, and so I came across this marble wood, and I've seen other people use it. It's just fantastic for a fretboard, so I'll use it. But the back, the neck is cherry and walnut, which is a different thing than most people use, and I love using cherry as a neck wood, and walnut also.
And did you want to show us the back, and did you let it speak for itself?
Yeah, it's a bit of a political statement that I brought, coming here to Europe, that representing America. I just, I felt like I had to apologize for our current situation. And, it's like, we're not all like that, so.
All right, man. Well, how much do these guitars go for roughly? Does it just vary by model, or?
Well, I have too many models is the problem, and yes, it does vary by model. These are in the $3,600 range, but a lot of my generic range is about $2,400. But with these, they're more elaborate. There's a lot more work in them, and I don't make as many of them, so that's like my higher end. I have other ones that are ridiculously expensive, but they're impossible to make. So, the normal guitars are like $2,400.
Cool. Well, thanks for playing for us, Elena. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for joining us, Pete. You want to tell everyone where to go online to check out your stuff?
Just malinoskiguitar.com. It's MALINOSKI. And on the www.
Thanks, guys. I'm Sean Hammond for PremierGuitar.com.